I can't believe I get on a plane to go back to the United States tomorrow and begin the 2018 disc golf season. It's really incredible to me. What I am very excited to do, I'm excited to stop the boot camp, but it's not really even stopping. You guys have helped me lay out the groundwork on how I'm going to go about my entire year. My goal is to continue to increase my performance as the year goes on, so there's never a dull moment. It's not going to be easy. There's a lot of times where you just don't want to do anything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a schedule that makes me work out at least 3 to 4 times a week, practice, and eat healthy. And I believe if I stick to that schedule up until Worlds, USDGC, or however long after that, it'll take me where I want to go as a disc golfer. It'll be important that I train endurance, even if it's only for 30 to 45 minutes a day. I'd like to do one thing of strength training per week just to really maintain. The thing that's always tough, the road is a very uncertain place, so you never know what obstacles may be thrown at you, but by acquiring my own vehicle and putting myself in positive environments, I think I will be able to maximize potential throughout the entire course of the year. This all sounds great, and it is, but you have to remember that you need to rest too. If I'm playing a tournament and my friends want to go out, or if I want to go practice more or overexert myself, I got to be very concerned about doing things like that. If I don't have time to recover, then all these things are going to be tougher and tougher to do because I will be fatigued on top of that. After the tournament is before the tournament. You always want to keep proper recovery in mind while you're out on tour, so you will be able to keep playing at a high level and keep being able to set out to do the exercise and practices that you have planned out for yourself. If I notice a drop in performance during my tour, that'll mean that I will have to work even harder, rest even harder, and make sure I am in a positive environment. If I feel like I am getting fatigued out on the course, that means I am neglecting my strength training. If any of those things do occur, I'll be going back to the drawing board and taking all the learnings that I've gotten here in Switzerland and putting them into motion when I'm in wherever I may be. Going into the more technical side, I mean, this first week of boot camp, we learned about what is training, what does exercise do to your muscles, and things like that. As time goes on, we learned about super compensation and why it is important to train in intervals, maybe not overexerting yourself multiple times a day. It's maybe more important to do one really good workout opposed to 3 back-to-back workouts, because recovery is very important. And all those things kind of open my eyes to what I have been doing in the past that may have led to certain times where I feel like I may not have been as successful as I should have been, because I've really only been focusing on disc golf. Coming to boot camp basically filled in the rest of the puzzle for me, showing that you can't only train for disc golf because your muscles will wear down. You're not getting proper strength training for those movements. In order to be a well-rounded professional athlete, it's going to take a lot more than just throwing frisbees. You got to train your coordination, your speed, your agility, your endurance, and all of those things. And ultimately, if you train all those aspects, the one aspect will become a lot easier, and you'll be much more effective performing at the times that you need to be. Oh my gosh, what I learned about nutrition here. As many of the big workouts we did, we were in the kitchen way more than we were working out. So we got a huge dose of nutrition. What it basically taught me, I feel like I've always had a pretty good grasp on nutrition. Just growing up in Boulder, Colorado, being vegan, I'm kind of forced to know these things already. But I'd probably say the main things that I've learned at boot camp is the amount of food you're supposed to take, the limiting your oil consumption, knowing where your fat comes from, what goes into your food, foods that you may thought have been healthy, like peanut butter or cashews or something like that, which are all really healthy things, but in excess can be detrimental to your health. Learning how to take everything in the correct portions, eating those certain things the proper amount of times per day. I always got to keep in mind that I need to get my protein, my veggies, and my carbs. If I am getting those things in, then I'm bound to be healthy. In order to keep those things in mind when I'm out on the road, it'll take some vigorous planning. When you're out in certain places in America, the best option may literally be a bag of chips. And the way to avoid that is, if I'm at a good grocery store, I need to learn how to stock up, not be afraid to spend the money when I need to. Especially the way my body works. My metabolic age of 13, I just burn through calories like that. So pretty much I'm always hungry. And if I'm hungry, then I'm angry, and we don't want that. So it'll be very important to make sure that I have the proper foods at all times. And I think it'll be a lot easier when I'm in my own control. But when a tournament day comes, it's no exception to the rule. You have to eat a huge breakfast 2 to 3 hours before a round to make sure that you get your body going, get the proper nutrients in so you have a good source of energy before the tournament. And the night before too is to eat a big amount of carbs to load your body with glycogen so you have a sustained energy throughout the entire weekend. Because as soon as you lose energy, you lose focus on the disc golf course, and that, who knows, that could mean that could be the reason why you lost on the last hole. So you don't want that. Proper nutrition is vitally important. And even during the round, you got to make sure you have a low glycemic snack like dried fruits, veggies, maybe a small portion of nuts that'll give you a sustained energy to make sure that your blood sugar levels are level and you're getting maximum potential out of your diet. 5 weeks of boot camp now over. Wow. I can't believe that I'm saying that. 5 weeks. But is it over? No, it's not. This is just a portion of my life. I acquired a lot of phenomenal knowledge that if I stick to, it'll take me to a high level, and I'm sure of that. Sticking to a routine, sticking to what I feel is right, and I know that what I've done here is right, will be the keys to unlocking success for myself, for not only this year, but for many years to come. And I just want to thank you, Irene and Andy, for helping me get to this state of mind, get into this awesome physique that I've required, and pretty much everything else, opening your doors to me and Simon. We're kind of a lot to handle, as you may have, or as you can tell. And it's just been absolutely phenomenal working with you, letting us stay at your house. That takes a lot. That takes a lot. I could not be happier with how things have went. You two have been so incredibly kind. There was never any times where I felt in a bad situation. You're so kind, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm sure the road doesn't end here with our relationship. I hope to work with you many times in the future. I'm excited to see what is ahead. Well, it's time to catch a flight. Till next time, guys. Keep on dreaming.